So we were moving from Petal to Hattiesburg, and we're turning this beautiful old bank into our new home with Hattie. Oh my gosh! The black tulip.
And this has rollers. We can always change this to no rollers.
No, I have to have wheels.
Okay.
I am very mobile in my chair.
Oh my God.
Okay. I mean, define saving because I had them custom.
It is very much girl math. You know what town it's in? It's a town called Hattiesburg.
So we're looking at furniture for the new location of Carter's Collective with Hattie Sparks. And we're finally making some decisions like on wallpaper, lighting. I have been about to crawl out of my skin, like literally, to hear about the lighting. And I knew you were going to come up with some really great stuff for desk. And like, I wanted that traditional, like antique, but new. I don't know. This is perfect.
I'm so glad you love it.
I'm so obsessed.
I'm so glad I finally get to show you everything we've been working on. And it's such a nice mix of, like you said, the modern with the antique. It's very feminine, but we've got some nice bold colors in there. And I'm really happy to see how it all came together.
I told him I was going to say too, if you hear tiny little voices, Hattie's daughters and my nephew are in the other room being very quiet.
Being very quiet.
So that they can get a treat.
As quiet as 3 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
Let's move on to number 2. So we've got your...
Oh, we swapped. Okay.
Yeah. So we wanted some carryover. So similar, same desk, same chair, but different fabric. And then this really pretty fabric that we had
That was my second favorite.
On the back. It's so pretty. We're not going to have room to do the same thing in there with like the loungy area, I don't think, because of the case. But these will be client chairs on the other side of this desk. So like they'll be 2 chairs and then your team member will sit in here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you'll have your cases all built in.
I think what would make sense for these, I wanted to put like a frame TV vertical.
Yeah.
So I could put that in between that.
Yeah.
And above the other, I wanted to, I haven't found like what's like calling to me, but something like jewelry related, whether it's like antique art pieces.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Either sketch some of the pieces that I've made before that are really amazing.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and then do like a collage wall.
I love that. Okay. I think that's a good idea because that's kind of showing off like your skill set and your creativity and your talent, and you can really.
But then like stack it with other stuff that's like, you know what I mean? Like even like a really famous Harry Winston piece. Like yeah.
I love that. There's a lot of good stuff on Cherish.
Yes.
Really cool kind of like vintage art pieces.
We went to Savannah and an antique store told us about Cherish, and now I've been like all in there.
It's the best. My favorites folder is like so stacked.
I'm obsessed with this desk.
I love it.
That was exactly what we
I
were
love
picturing.
it. Oh, good. I love
like
the little brass feet, and the drawers are nice. You can keep notepads, pens and stuff in there. But these are really pretty. Now I want them for my office, and I want to upgrade what we've got going on over there.
I always have this question because I tend to go like all gold or all silver tone.
Yeah.
How do you know when you can put like these silver chandeliers since everything else is gold?
That's a great question. So I think you can mix the metal tones when the lighting style is the same. So if you had a really modern fixture in silver, but then these really kind of antique-y looking fixtures in gold, they would compete against one another. But since these are so similar in style, I think about it like mixing jewelry. So I don't have a good example right now. Oh, well, this is actually a good example. So look at this watch. It's silver and gold mixed. And I wear a mix of silver and gold jewelry. That's how I kind of tell clients to think about it. Think of it as just layered jewelry.
Which I can understand.
Yeah, exactly. So you just think of it as layered jewelry. And there's not a lot of other metal elements in here. So it's not like one lone silver fixture among all the brass. So
yeah, because it works.
Yeah. And they're, these are the same company. So it works really well with each other. Moving on. I know we're very sad about this being discontinued.
I do love like this and the other room, like all of it.
They work really well together. Yeah, we wanted them to be complementary, sisters, not twins.
You know what that means? Like we finished something.
I know. Okay, we did. We accomplished a task. We can check it off our list. Okay, great. This is an alternative to this beautiful fabric that's now no longer available. We're waiting on the sample to come in, but it's very similar. It's reading a little bit more blue.
Is that the same wallpaper as this? Mm-hmm. It looks so different. It looks like it's so much more full and
Yeah, the sample cuts that they send, you know, they can't send us too much more than this, so you get just a little peek. But you can see it all laid out here.
I'm taking a picture because the team's going to want to know the update.
Yeah, so
on the favorite wallpaper.
I love this paper. So
I love that. I think I love that just as much. It's a little bit more Art Deco too.
yeah, it is, and it's a little more kind of painterly, and I like kind of the moodiness of it. So this fabric is a little bit greener. I don't know why it's reading so blue on the screen. So we're still waiting on a sample of that to come in, and then we still want to do some pillows in this embroidered fabric. And then these sconces in there, I like that they're not super floral, but they're kind of botanical feeling, and they have like those leaves kind of curling over.
Those might be my favorite. So where would you put those?
So these are going to go,
I'll pull a sketch up
you
again.
walk in, and it's kind of a long, narrow room.
Yeah, I do want to actually know how you plan on doing it because I can't picture it. So this is the room.
Okay, we're talking about doing a pocket door or the arch with
The arch with the curtains. Yeah, that was...
So we don't have to worry about a door swing, which is nice. So the thought is you've got this window here. So we were going to build almost like 2 restaurant booths.
Yes.
Running along those parallel walls. And then there'll be a nice big table in the middle, kind of like this. And then you have, room to lay a bunch of stuff out.
So booth, nothing on that wall. Long
On this
table.
long wall, I would do like a giant mirror or something. Like
That
a
would make
really
it feel
cool
bigger.
Louis Philippe mirror, yeah. And then the sconces would go here and here, and here and here on either side of the window. And then, so either on these walls or on either side of the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, I think probably, now that I'm thinking about either side of the mirror, because you don't want anybody hitting their head.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Liability.
Please sign this waiver before you go into the Emerald Lounge.
Yeah. So kind
that's
of
what we
like
named it,
come
the
slide
Emerald
in.
Lounge.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's perfect. And then on the ceiling, we'll have to do some recessed cans for lighting, and we may do like a flush mount or something just for extra lighting, just something decorative. There's a really pretty one. I'll pull up and show you in a second that we're thinking, and it's brass, and it kind of looks like, I don't know, kind of like a starburst.
And the company we're using for the cases, they're going to help us with the lighting for jewelry.
Okay, perfect.
So they'll probably do like the bulbs.
Light bulbs are my downfall. I can never pick the right ones.
Drew knows more about lighting than he ever thought that he would know, because I was like, it matters about the Kelvin,
Yeah.
the competition with natural light and case light, and then there's height and reflection. I learned this by doing it the wrong way on the first side. Like everything turned yellow. I was like, it's not yellow, but it looks yellow, and in diamonds that's a no-no.
I'm sure it makes a huge difference.
What is this?
Here's your vault, VIP vault. So this desk,
Oh my God, that
we
rug
want
is
to
amazing.
I know, I love this. We've still got your really beautiful wallpaper. This, we're going to see if we can put casters on it, because I know, locking casters, because I know it needs to be moved out of the way every night. But same chairs you've got in the bridal suites for your team member, but then this fabric on the back.
Okay.
And then kind of a less expensive, very plain chair that we're going to upholster. We'll get 2 of them, upholster in this fabric. And then around the room, remember we talked about doing some lighting kind of around the room.
Like on the walls?
Okay. So that when you don't have clients in there, you can turn off the overhead lighting and just have these like kind of glowing. We'll put them on a dimmer. So these are Murano glass, and they look like little leaves. They're so pretty. This is not the best picture of them, but those would be around the perimeter of the room. And then a nice big, this is a little bit more kind of this Chinese Art Deco style rug, which I love. So this is your vault. I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, this might be my favorite room.
Well, yeah, because it just feels very, like, I don't know.
Feels very
Luxury,
luxurious.
yeah.
And then on this desk, we'll want to put we'll put a cute little modern desk lamp that you can turn on and off. Like, it's rechargeable.
The only thing with this I think it's gorgeous, but I don't know how they can lean in to
Pull
look
underneath. Yeah.
Because if we could do it with like the sides are thick like that and just a cutout.
Open.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that we've used before that looks like that. So we'll change that up.
There's so much of this
Yeah, they need to pull the chair
on
under.
everything. I feel like in there, loose diamonds, loose gemstones. Obviously have to work with lighting and figure that out. But everybody's going to want to tuck their feet in.
under.
And kind of look over at everything and loop and...
Yeah, so the desk right now
the
has
closer, the
a
better.
solid front. So we need something that the chairs and people's knees can kind of go under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay. Okay.
That's cute. They think it's a great idea too.
It's very important.
Okay, bathroom. So we redid the bathroom.
Okay. I'm ready.
I have this sample here. I'll pull it out for you after we're done.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is one of my
The black toilet.
favorite wallpapers, and it comes in a fabric too.
Is that black?
It's black.
And it's floral.
I'll show you a photo of it in a house we did in Mobile.
Why is it prettier than every other room? It's the bathroom.
No, but then everyone's like, oh my God, did you see the bathroom?
Okay, I did find here, I found a company when I was at the gym show. We go to Arizona every year for the gym show.
Yeah.
There's one part that's like fine jewelry, and then you
Okay.
go to Tucson, and it's like the world's biggest gym show.
Oh yeah.
There's some that's finished good and polished gems, but then on the side of the roads and stuff are like wild geodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you should send me pictures.
Yeah, so that amethyst that we got for the door, they can make these like, it's like actual gem, like crystal geode. So it can float just like that.
Okay. Oh, for a sink.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The only consideration to keep in mind is it has to be ADA compliant. So as long as this one's ADA compliant, and so as long as the wheelchair has space to roll
Under it.
beneath it, it should be fine.
Like they did this bench.
Oh wow,
So I thought, what if we did like a live, right?
that'd be pretty cool.
Would that not be crazy?
That'd be pretty crazy.
And you use the gold hardware and you just get them
Yeah.
to make it, and then we just have to measure.
And
But
make
would that
sure.
be,
I think it could work.
is that too wild?
It might like compete a bit with the wallpaper, but send me a picture.
They have some too. We could do just like,
You could also do, one of those tall standing ones kind of like in the corner in there too.
sheet of selenite, which is like a clear crystal, just like a sheet. Maybe
Yeah.
we could just mount on the wall
Yeah.
and just use as art instead of the sink vanity.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Now that I think about it, it's gonna be so heavy.
It is going to be really heavy. I mean, that's pretty massive. I think this is going to get a lot of use, and it's kind of tucked away. So I'd hate, we've got this like moment with the wallpaper, but like a big
And the toilet.
and the toilet, the black toilet.
It's a black toilet.
And then this is black flooring, and we would do black grout, not this white grout. This mirrors ADA too, so it tilts down a bit. And then this is tile we want to do as wainscoting around. So in commercial bathrooms, what we suggest if we're going to do wallpaper, we suggest doing tile wainscoting around to protect, because people are messy, and if you got kids in there, who knows what's going on.
This is
So this
I'm
is
obsessed.
like a fluted black tile. And then this little piece of pencil trim is red. So you'll have like this red stripe running around.
black and red.
Yeah. And then you've got like this turquoise that pulls out, the turquoise of the wallpaper. And then this like fun, squiggly, kind of more modern light.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, great. Yay.
Oh, let me take a picture.
And the black toilet, I was like, I gotta find a black toilet that doesn't look like 1986. And this one's cool. It's kind of like matte.
I know.
And it's ADA as well. So everything should be good in there. And then
always wanted
you
a
can
fancy
do
bathroom.
you can do like some frame stuff in there if you want like some art pieces. Okay, your office. So we adjusted a bit. So this is your office concept. And I know eventually we might do wallpaper, but we want to get you a really pretty couch. And I love that your office is nice and like soft and kind of peaceful. A really cozy big area rug. This is a cute vintage little light fixture. I love the flowers on it, and I love that it brings in kind of some greens and yellows. We want to do this skirted side table and this fun big floral lamp. Let me zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
Cute little birds and the flowers. And then this is your desk. It kind of has like this nice like kind of bay window effect. And it has drawers so you can have people come in and sit on the other side. This cool modern desk lamp. And then this comfy rolling chair that has like that bird motif on it as well. So the birds and the flowers. And then for your built-ins, we'll do this darker blue and then we'll do this lighter blue on the walls. And then just a nice like white trim. So you'll get kind of like this nice soft blue, but with the potential to add wallpaper later if you want. But lots of seating areas, somewhere for you to kind of like chill, take a minute if you can ever take a minute and chill.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. And this has rollers. We can always change this to no rollers if you want, but
I have to have wheels.
Okay.
I am very mobile in my chair. And I'll roll all the way through the store. Yeah.
Eventually, you'll get like a motorized chair.
No, because I got a chair without wheels. It lasted 30 minutes. I was like, I made someone swap with me because I'll go, and I know I'm going to do it. Like the doors will be open, so I'll be in operations on one side over to accounting, and I'll be like wheeling.
Yeah, just zooming around.
I was going to say, let me pull the sketch up again. Here we go. Mm-hmm. So I do want to do a good amount of filming in there.
Yeah. So what are you envisioning as the backdrop for while you film? Your built-ins or?
I feel like if I do solo, like my desk with the built-ins behind me.
Yeah.
Like if someone else is in there and I'd like meet with people a lot, if there's a way to have like, I don't know if there's room, but like a couple of chairs in front of that. I have 2 white ones at my house.
And this is not going to be a door swing, correct? You're only going to be able to access.
Probably
so
go
be a
out.
Solid wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Or go out.
It'll be like a bookshelf that goes out, like that hidden bookshelf.
Okay, so built-ins probably here.
Yeah.
With your desk in front.
And there's like a door like right here.
Okay, so probably right over here or here.
Yeah.
So let's just do this wall. And then over here can be the sofa. We might be able to get 2 chairs right there. We'll lay it out, but because I want you to be able to have more seating. So
yeah, because I do so many one-on-ones and coaching. And then if we're filming just somewhere pretty, we're like this.
Yeah. Okay. And then we were thinking too, and I'll show you an example of it. So for the walls, in the place of wallpaper, you can go on Cherish and you can buy panels of really beautiful, all that beautiful hand-painted wallpaper with that floral motif and has birds. You can buy panels of it that are framed. So you hang the panels on the wall in the frames versus wallpapering, and you get kind of that wallpaper effect without having to like come out of pocket for like an insane amount of wallpaper. So let me show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm so visual. And I do want like 2 of those boards with the gold frame, the peg boards. So I don't know where those would go. So if the desk built in, maybe like on this wall beside the window, I could just stack them.
Right there?
Like on that side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like out of the way and I can just...
This is...
Oh, yeah.
An example. So this is unframed. I probably wouldn't do this one, but you get the idea. So you've got these panels and you get them framed. We did this in an entryway in a house here where we bought the panels framed, but you can get them and put them in like nice gold frames, and then those can go kind of behind
that couch.
The couch. And so when you're filming, if you're ever sitting on the couch, you've got this really pretty moment behind you. Those are something too that like you can move around. If you eventually do want to wallpaper the office, you can take those and put them somewhere else in the building.
And then if there's 2 chairs like on the other side of my desk that could just like roll over to the couch. Like we could do the same thing like the other room where you have both options.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, we'll lay that out.
So maybe something like those chairs in the other room. Well, I have 2. I feel like I could just use them. The ones that are in the tea room.
Like your sofa with your round table. Could do 2 chairs here with like a little table, like drink table in between.
And then you just pull them over where you need them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would just need pillows.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll find
that would tie it all in.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So if you remember the cases in Bridal I told you that I have now, I don't know if I sent you the picture, but they're white oak. I was thinking of using them for their desk.
Okay.
Just because I don't have any use for them, but I had them handmade by the guy from hometown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're white oak. So I was like...
Use them, yeah.
Yeah, but they tuck in, and so they would still go with everything we're planning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So for Katie and Peyton.
Yeah, and I could just get them to like add drawers.
let me know about those.
I
But
love those chairs.
fun little desk lamp, and then the rolling chairs, and then a nice big area rug. So in all of the back office areas, we want to do linen white on the walls.
Love it.
And then the trim is white dove, which is a nice bright white. So you can kind of see them together. So the trim in the ceiling will be like a brighter white, and then you'll have a little bit creamier white on the walls.
And on their walls, definitely like the framed stuff. And then I may do like a collage on an opposite wall. Okay. But I like the way like them facing each other. And I have enough of the white oak. They both do inventory and different things. So I may make an L shape, like they face each other in the middle of that rug. And then it just like comes off.
Yeah.
Like that. So they have plenty of desk space, and I'll just get drawers built.
Okay.
And they have the wheels and then the pretty lamp.
And then for all the back office, same paint colors. Are you using existing office furniture for marketing operations, or do you need
It would be desks for all of them, but I actually do need, so in marketing, so she would be working like back to the window, and I have a desk for her.
Okay.
I don't know if I do for like the assistants area.
Okay, so maybe a couple desks.
Yeah, I'll see what we have.
Okay.
I don't know, but we do need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those office chairs.
And then for the break room, I think we can just find a table and chairs locally. I think we want to keep it fairly simple, kind of in back office for now. And then maybe once we get the store open, we can amp it up a bit. But we'll find kind of an oval shaped table and some chairs to go around.
I think they like the oval table.
I think so too. Hey, you guys want to come see really quick? We're almost done.
Yeah.
You want to come over here and see? Be careful of all the cameras. Okay, come look. Let's show you. All right, let's show you this beautiful building that Miss Chae is building for her jewelry store. This is Miss Chae, and she has a jewelry store.
Which building are you? Which one
You know what?
are you doing?
You know what town it's in?
Which one,
Guess
Mommy?
the
just
name of
wanna
the
be near
town
the
where her
girls.
store is.
I don't care what
Guess
you do.
where it is. It's a town called Hattiesburg.
Oh. Why is there a speaker right there?
So that they can hear me on the camera. All right, so let's look really quick. Do you like that wallpaper?
Yeah.
That's right when you walk in, and look at that beautiful chandelier.
Look how big it is.
It goes all the way.
Maybe.
It's very Great Gatsby.
Hello.
What do you think? Do you like those pink chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then look at this room. How pretty is that?
That's a maze.
Yeah. It is kind of like a maze. Oh.
It is like a maze. Seriously, it's filming that.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Okay. Thank you.
In that film?
Yeah. Can y'all go hang out for one more minute?
I feel like too, you've really done a great job, not in the jewelry industry, of like representing all the tones that we wanted to do. Like there's sapphire, there's emerald,
Ruby.
I feel like there's a little bit of opal vibes in one of the
Yeah. Oh,
rooms.
yeah. There are.
Yeah. So I think like gang's all there. Obviously emerald, we give too much attention to emerald, but I feel like all the colors are there. This is really exciting. I can't wait. Everyone that comes and shops, they're going to like pass out. And
Well, I can't wait to come shop.
the bathroom.
I know the bathroom.
Like the
is-
bathroom.
The
Like, should
bathroom
we hold
is such a
meetings
major
in the
moment.
bathroom? like
People are going to go in there and not come out.
it's just so cool. I don't know.
Very dramatic. It's very, very cool. And we want to do kind of like, a fun color on the ceiling. So maybe this turquoise, or pulling out some of this red in the paper.
I think the turquoise would make it lighter too. I think it's gonna be fun too. Like this is turned in, like I had one picture when we planned it, and it's really taken life, and I couldn't have anticipated everything looking this way. Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear
I think
that.
people are not gonna know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to walk in and just be blown away, which was the whole point, and that was our goal.
You guys have done a great job.
Oh, well, thanks.
And there's so much floral.
There is so much floral, but I love that. But it's not too sweet. You've got this floral on the black background, and you got a little edge to it. So I like that the floral isn't too precious.
I'm obsessed.
Yay! Okay, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, have we covered all the rooms?
Yeah, I think we did cover everything. I'm going to show you the chandeliers, the pricing on those.
Yeah.
Just rip the
Prepare
Band-Aid
myself.
off. Just-
I mean, they're gorgeous and they're New
But
Orleans.
and we're saving quite a bit on upholstery. So
And desk. I mean,
Desk,
define
yeah.
saving because I had them custom made. So it's like reusing.
it is very much girl math.
Yeah, it's like
with this, it's like, okay, the chandeliers are, incredible. And so it's all shaking out, saving.
Katie's over our accounting and bookkeeping. So I was like,
Yeah.
so the furniture came in under budget. And she was like, oh my God. I said, but the lighting came in over. She was like, and we're back.
You're back to kind of like square one. Okay, so this is the cost of these monster lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's worth it. Yeah.
I think so too. And then
I was honestly like,
this guy
my God.
this is one that we could play around with if we're kind of like at the top of the budget. This is one that we can,
live without.
we can live without, or we can do something else, something a little more. This is like those sconces in the emerald room. I think these are the moment, and this is what you want.
Yeah, definitely. And then have you found any antique jewelry cases?
No, we've had kind of a hard time. I mean, most of what I found is like very over the top or very kind of mid-century.
Yeah.
Like,
They're hard. It's a hard find.
yeah. One thing you could do too is go to DOP Antiques. I'll write it down for you. That's who has Chris Wynn lighting. So you can go in there and see examples of his lighting in there. But then they also have tons of antique pieces. So it's fun just to go.
Is that here?
Yeah, it's on Jefferson Highway. So if you kind of keep going uptown this way and then you just keep going, you'll get to it.
I think I'm most excited
It's the
about the
best.
chandeliers.
Oh my God, they're so pretty.
That was exactly what we were picturing. And honestly, we knew they would be a lot. So I feel like that's not crazy for.
It's not.
What is that?
I mean, it's almost 8 feet tall,
8 feet tall. And then it was 4 feet wide.
6.5 feet wide.
So like the project has officially begun. Renovations have started.
Yeah.
We have demoed. We have like picked the
gosh.
rooms.
I need to come see it.
Like this is happening.
Yeah.
So follow along to see Hattie help us turn the Wells Fargo building, which is out west on Highway 98 in Hattiesburg. So we are moving from Petal to Hattiesburg and we're turning this beautiful bank into our new home with Hattie. We're so excited.
Can't wait.